Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Good news, everybody. Good news.
Oh yeah. What is it? Tell us.
ScarJo and Disney have settled their differences.
They did.
Settled the lawsuit. We don't know the terms because they made sure they hit all that.
Of course they did. But we do know that we're getting the Tower of Terror movie again.
We do know we're getting a Tower of Terror movie. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. Oh boy. Oh boy. This was a huge PR nightmare for Disney.
It didn't do her any good either.
Yeah, it really didn't. So we're going to talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 236,000 subs. Finally, yeah. YouTube is up to something. Google's up to something.
Hey, before I want to mention too, if you happen to be in Pennsylvania and you happen to be near Altoona this weekend, we are going to be at Sci-Fi Valley Con.
Yeah, this is one that we actually put in for 2 years ago. And because of COVID, it was delayed a year. Now, this is probably the one and only convention appearance we're going to be making anytime soon.
Yeah, I think. You
never know what's going to come up, but we've been doing this one pretty much since the beginning.
Yeah, I think the first year we were supposed to be guests for the comic, and then we couldn't because last minute something came up. But after that, we've been there every year since. Now, we do have a panel on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that'll be on Saturday, where everybody's going to be there, including the kids.
Yeah.
So, they're going to be having that. So you can come see that if you'd like to.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about yet. We'll probably make it up as we go, like we do all the time.
Pretty much everything we do, yeah. So anyway, let's talk about this. Scarlett Johansson, Disney, they've settled their differences. They've settled the lawsuit. We know, Disney wanted this done privately with an arbitrator because they didn't want the dirty laundry to be aired after they backhanded her publicly.
And then Disney kind of had to do something because, one, they look bad, and Hollywood all turned on Disney. But two, their argument about why they weren't paying her, then they released the Shang-Chi to theatrical only, and it supposedly did so much better. Yeah. They couldn't say that they couldn't have released it theatrically. So they lost that, chip that they were going to play too.
Yeah, they had no case really at that point because they were trying to say, oh, well, yeah, it would have been a disaster if we released it in the theaters and you wouldn't have made any money.
So we had to do it this way.
Yeah, and that was not the case. So, and they were also getting beat up by other actors, by talent reps. Like, one of the cardinal sins they made was that they did backhand Scarlett Johansson publicly, but they also disclosed her salary.
Yes.
Which you never do.
Now, the rumor was, I think they even kind of said that they canceled the Tower of Terror film. And now that's back all of a sudden.
Tower of Terror is back because everybody wanted that. So anyway, they've reached an agreement after an explosive lawsuit led to months of bad press for the Mouse House. And it would appear via the statements that Tower of Terror is back on the menu. It's back on the menu.
It's back on the menu, boys.
Yep. Anyway, Disney shot back, said that Johansson was being greedy. We'll talk about that. No, she wasn't being greedy. She basically wanted Disney to honor their contract, and she tried to renegotiate with them when it became obvious that they were not going to release the movie, in theaters only, and they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't budge. But we know how Disney is because look at the Disney must pay debacle. People have been chasing Disney for royalties for like 8 or 9 years now. Yep. So there's that. But here are the statements. This is coming from Scarlett Johansson. I'm happy to have resolved our differences with Disney. I'm incredibly proud of the work we've done together. Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep, boop.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly proud of the work we've done together over the years, and I've greatly enjoyed my creative relationship with the team. I look forward to continuing our collaboration in years to come. So they want to make sure people know that she's not blacklisted, because that was floating around too, that she was blacklisted. Alan Bergman from Disney said, I'm very pleased that we have been able to come to a mutual agreement with Scarlett Johansson regarding Black Widow. We appreciate her contributions to the MCU and look forward to working together on a number of upcoming projects, including Tower of Terror.
So, people were saying it was going to not happen, and now they flat out said, yes, Tower of Terror is moving forward.
Yeah, so, of course this was going to happen. It could have happened. It could have actually been settled before it went public, but I think, Disney was kind of playing chicken. They thought
I thought that she wasn't going to do it. She was going to let it get away with it. And she's like, hell no. And then she went kind of, was the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of, I think it was them. And then she kind of released it to them.
Yeah, so and this set off a domino effect. I mean, she's with CAA, which is I think the largest talent agency. So they're going to look at this and be like, well, if Disney screwed her over, they're going to screw over our other actors too. So we might have to take care of this now.
Well, then they turn around and announce her salary too, which they don't like.
Yes, they called her greedy. They implied she was greedy because she had a callous disregard for COVID. Mm-hmm. How dare you, ScarJo? How dare you want every penny that you were promised?
Right.
Because if it was the other way around, Disney would make damn
100%.
sure.
And I mean, this isn't about like, oh, she's overpaid or not. Of course she is. They all are. Let's be honest here. Yeah. This isn't about that. This is about the fact that a contract's a contract, and if Disney's going to do what they did with her, who else are they going to do that to? And moving forward, since Disney's tripling, quadrupling down on Disney Plus and streaming, as are other studios, was that if they let this happen and nothing was done about it, they thought they could get away with it. It would continue to happen to others. Yeah. This now shines a light on it, so they're not going to be able to get away with it like they were, I don't think.
Yeah. Because I mean, really, it's that is what Disney fears more than anything is bad press. Mm-hmm. We've said that before. Same with the Disney Must Pay. All that litigation, going on right now. People trying to get their royalties from Disney. They're just like, oh yeah, we bought this company. We bought these companies, and oopsie dipsy, we forgot to give you a royalty check for 8 or 9 years. Mm-hmm. Oversight.
Yeah, no, or we don't have to fulfill those, honor those contracts because they were, voided when we bought it.
That was a Fox deal.
Yeah, but that isn't how this works.
Yeah, we just reorganized the company and now we get out of it. No, that's not how this works. So, because of this, Disney is reevaluating their contracts. Now, ScarJo may have made it out very well. They might have given her
she's also Scarlett Johansson. I mean, we wouldn't have probably saw the same behavior out of Disney willing to negotiate and to settle and play nice with statements had it been somebody else who wasn't as big a deal as Scarlett Johansson.
Right. And that is key too. But it seems like I think going forward, they're going to reset their agreements, and I think they're going to reset them so they are more favorable for Disney. Mm-hmm.
Well, of course they are. Every company's going to do that.
Yeah.
So, make sure you check your contracts.
Check your contracts. Because, Chapek, he's going to try to sneak something in there. The Chapek clause.
Oh, he was over at Disney World today because it's their 50th, and he was filming segments for their 50th anniversary.
Chapek himself was filming segments.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
He was over at Magic Kingdom.
Dirtying his hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in there.
Okay. All right. I heard it was kind of a dud and there were fist fights.
Okay, well, yeah.
Over the merchandise.
So, yeah, the merchandise, was the side quest. We were going to actually do a video on this, but we decided not to.
Nah.
So, I think they took it down. But if you wanted 50th anniversary merchandise, because it kicked off today, you had to get in a virtual queue. And all the merchandise that's going on eBay anyway. Let's all be honest here. So, there was videos of people in the store at the Emporium having fights, apparently arguing. There wasn't like fist fights, but there was verbal arguments about merchandise. But the one part I thought was interesting was the woman turns around, and then she has something, and she grabs another woman and said, "You just took that from my bag." So they were actually reaching in people's bags and trying to steal items out of their bags. That reminds me of that time that we had at Goodwill, and
oh, yeah. This was like years and years ago. And that woman sent her kid out to go take stuff out of your
we
cart.
lived in a place where they would get like brand new with tag, like name brand stuff in.
Like TJ Maxx.
Yes. And you'd get it like for $2. It was great. And every day they had a truck, people would know and they'd wait. Well, this woman would bring her daughter. And if you got something to a rack before she got it, it would go in your cart. And when you weren't looking, she'd send her daughter to go grab stuff out of people's carts.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's what people were doing because that woman caught that one lady, but how many other people had stuff in their bags and then someone just reached in because you're like right up against other people. I mean, there was no social distancing happening in these stores today. And you were like right on top of each other, yelling at each other's faces, people pulling their masks down, yelling at each other. And, I'm sure many item was stolen out of bags, even probably after it was paid for.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just so easy for someone just to reach in and pull them out.
That kind of reminds me, too, of the one Black Friday with the 3DS.
Oh, but the lady put them on her.
She put them all in her cart, and then she was charging people like $50 to take it out of her cart.
It was like, it wasn't Black Friday, but it was like some big sale they had, and some lady went in and took all the 3DSs. Was it 3DSs?
Yeah, they were 3DSs.
And she threw them all in her cart, and then I think it was $25. She was charging people $25, I think it was, to get one out of her cart. And some guy grabbed one out of the cart and went running to pay for it, and then he got in trouble and got removed from the store. even though she was hoarding them on her cart and charging people. And we got this from the manager of a store that was, you know, next door to it, or not far from it.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, did you hear about what happened at Walmart? It's like, oh yeah.
So anyway, that has nothing to do with this.
Nothing
other than
to
the
do
fact that, you know, it's Disney related. But yes, that's how it was going down this morning, and all of it ended up on eBay anyway.
Yeah, as we knew what happened, there's no way in hell that I would go down there for the 50th.
Nope.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, it's gonna be great. It's like, no.
Salute
no,
you,
no.
brave souls.
Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway.
I guess the rest of the stuff wasn't that bad. It was just a shopping experience.
Yeah, well, you probably got rides pretty
That's
easy.
what I was hearing. Our friend's
Yeah.
down there, and he said he had no trouble getting into lines and for rides. It was everybody was over at the stores duking it out.
Well, there are a lot of people in Florida that just buy theme park merchandise and resell it. So, we're gonna wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.